Invito David Clark che ci porta nella dimensione della sociologia. Ci porta nella dimensione della sociologia da quell'esperto di sociologia quale lui è. E lui è, oltre che professore di sociologia, laureato a Sheffield, è attualmente il direttore dell'osservatorio sulle cure di fine vita all'Università di Lancaster. Oltre ad essere un personaggio di grande spicco, basta vedere l'enormità delle sue pubblicazioni anche riferite alle cure palliative, e tra le altre cose lui è stato anche membro del direttivo dell'Associazione Europea di Cure Palliative. Il tema di David è hospice e cure palliative in un mondo che cambia. Grazie.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction, Franco. And I'd like to say a particular thanks to the Floriani Foundation for the invitation to be here at this very special occasion. I'd also like to thank Rolando Rolli. We've had lots of emails backwards and forwards between Lancaster and Milano, and he's been very kind to me, so thank you very much, Rolando. I'm going to speak from a sociological perspective. I hope that what I will say will link to some of the wonderful speeches that we've already had this morning. And I also hope that my talk will act as a bridge to some of the things that we'll be hearing about this afternoon. These are some of the themes that I'll explore. I'd like to look at personal motivations for being involved in palliative care. I'd like briefly to describe the worldwide spread of hospice and palliative care and its current state of development. I'll look at some of the problems in terminology and definitions and some of the issues that arise when this particular field of healthcare begins to move into the level of specialization and recognition. And I'll also touch on some of the issues of policy and funding that are still inhibiting the development of palliative care in the global context. I was very influenced when I was an undergraduate student by the work of the American sociologist Peter Berger, who in his book The Sacred Canopy said that every human order is a community in the face of death. It's a reminder that the reality of death, which affects every individual and every society, sits behind the whole notion of what it is to be human, what it is to be part of society, what it is to live in the social world. So, as we've been hearing this morning, death poses one of the most profound challenges to the very nature of human society. But of course, societies are changing and never static. And this model, which I think has already been hinted at a little bit by some of the previous speakers, though not described explicitly, is a helpful one in thinking about different kinds of society and the ways in which society has evolved and changed over time. And I want to think about traditional society, modern society, and what we call postmodern society, in relation to the specific issue of death. So in the traditional society, death, as we've heard a little bit already this morning, came quickly, was sudden in its onset.